Well, what is shaking my beautiful BEAA YouTube people, and welcome back, or for the first time if you're new here, welcome to my first game review for the video game Thamuturge. It is produced by 11-Bit Studios and developed by Fool's Theory. This game is a 20th century RPG, and today we're going to be looking at the game story, the characters, and how you interact with them on a first impression basis. I'll do another video talking about the combat system, but today we'll be talking about the game overall. You play as the protagonist Victor. He has what I called a JoJo stand. It is not. He basically can communicate with the spirits and the dead to take them to their resting place, so that they can either they can rest in their resting place via a grave, or if a spirit is haunting a town, they can be released from that town so that the villagers can finally have peace amongst themselves. This game, I have to say it, this game is, oh my god. Like, it in no way, shape, or form did this game have a slow start or anything. It feels like it is pulling you into the story. It almost reminds me of kind of like Diablo 4. Not to compare the two, but there is a similarity with the top-down aspect of the game. But other than that, that's pretty much it. You have to. The thing I love about Thamuturge is you have to look inside of looking. It's gonna be a bit of a. It's kind of like a Full Metal Alchemist reference, right? You look inside of what is in front of you, but also have to dig deeper into it. That was one of the things that I loved about this game, and one of the things that really sunk me into everything about this story was like at one point in the game, there is in the opening scene of this game, like after you go to the train station, you talk to the person who runs the train station, and you're going into your first game area. When you're in that area, you get a letter, and that letter basically states about the people who live there, the spirits who may live there, and what they had to face dealing with the harsh times of the 20th century while being in that game. Now, when I first played this, I streamed it live on my Twitch channel, along with my community, so every reaction was a reaction that was genuine, fresh, and new. And the thing that I loved was, in order for you to really understand what went on in the village, how people reacted, what they thought, what their moments were before death, during death, and what lingers around it, you had to talk to the villagers, read some notes, read some letters left behind. Like, there's one scene where you end up talking to a group of villagers where there is a goose that's murdered, and you have the option, while talking to the villagers, talking about the goose, you have an option to persuade one of the villagers to come forth and tell the truth. Now, you can understand and see the truth by connecting certain dots. It's kind of like that meme that you see all the time, where they have the whiteboard, and there's a guy in front of it, and he has the different pins, and he's connecting all the dots. That is essentially what happens in this game. You have to connect the pieces and put it together while simultaneously solving the mystery of the lingering spirits that are here, and also helping other people that are around you. And that is something that one for me, that first of all, I love RPGs. I can't get enough of them. But the way that this game interweaves story and gameplay and even things that could be hidden, the way that it interweaves that is just something that oh my god, it is something that like just keeps you coming back for more. Like there's another scene where in the same village where you find out about the goose, the wise old woman, she goes into her house and you talk to her. You think that she's suspicious. Like there's still stuff that I haven't even found out yet, but you think that she's suspicious, right? So you probe around, you ask her questions. She's very vague, but in her house there's a table that's left by her son. Her son thinks absolutely the worst of her, like to the point to where he basically says that they are beneath her in every single aspect. So there's stuff like those scenes that will like literally pull you in. And one of the things too that I loved about this game was when you meet Rasputin in it's an inn. I almost called it a tavern, but it's an inn. When you meet Rasputin in the tavern, the first thing he does is he starts asking about what is a Thamuturge and how do they work and what do they do, and you have the choice to either tell Rasputin the truth or you don't. But the one thing I can say about this game is if you tell Rasputin the truth and you basically make him an ally for you, he helps you, especially during your first boss. Because one of the things about this game is you have a weakness. You can succumb to pride, and the more that you keep from yourself, the more you basically kind of Sasuke it or be an edgelord, the higher your pride becomes. And I mean, people aren't going to want to talk to you or want to help you at all. It is a game that literally, I'm not going to be like just hype up and say that it pulls you in from the beginning, because it doesn't. It doesn't necessarily pull you in from the beginning. And again, it's not that much of a slow burn if you're used to looking around for little tidbits, clues, and everything else. But what this game is it's a walk. It's a step by step that the more you explore, the more you get into it, the more that this game will literally, it'll reward you the more you seek out. The more you seek out, the more you look for, the more you find. Like, you could spend, I'm not going to say you can spend hours. I mean, you can, but I'm not going to say you can spend hours and hours and hours upon hours doing this. But going between one place to another, finding out the secrets here, finding out letters here and there, it all connects. Like there's what is it? There is one part where after talking to the old woman, then searching around town for the lingering spirit, then going to talk to Rasputin, and then on top of that, going to another area to find out what happened with the priest who lingers in that place, the priest's spirit. You find out that one of the villagers actually betrays you, and one of the villagers sets up the other to take the fall for what she did, which leads to the final boss of that game. So, well, not the final boss, but it leads to the first big boss of that game. And in all honesty, I can say that the first, because I spent about 3 or 4 hours playing Thamuturge, and I can tell you that game, the more I got into it, the more I sunk my teeth into the story, the gameplay, everything around it. The more I sunk my teeth into it, the more I literally enjoyed that game. It is a game that when you find the goodness in it, it pulls you in. So, I mean, I could just, in the 3 hours that I've done this, I could literally just blab for hours and hours and hours and hours about it. But I won't bore you guys too long. So I will say this in all honesty and in all sincerity. If you're looking for a good game that honestly has a great story and it has something that is literally, and I mean literally, gonna pull you in the more you look for it, then I cannot recommend Thamuturge any more than I already have. That game in its entirety is one that will pull you in. It will keep you going. It will absolutely hold your interest. Now, I will say, if you want something that's heavy action, that depends. Because in sincerity, it's not your hack and slashes, right? And it's not your Final Fantasies, nor does it need to be. But it is something that it gets you to take your time with, even with the combat. And I know I said I'll touch on that video a little bit later, which I will, but it gets you to take your time and sit down and go through the village and see what you can find. That is in itself Thamuturge. It gets you to sit down, take your time, and explore the story. Explore what can pull you in. Find that secret. Find those letters. Find the villagers. Find those people. It literally pulls you in just as a storybook would. Think of it kind of like, the best way I can describe the story so far. Think of it kind of like, let's see. Okay, I gotta let this. For any people who are maybe Harry Potter fans or Game of Thrones fans or I don't know, let's see, something like The Children of Blood and Bones. If you like books that take you on a journey that literally it doesn't like hold you in place, but it takes you on a journey where you get to walk through everything piece by piece by piece by piece, and those pieces all connect into a larger story. If you like stuff like that, then please, by all means, get Thamuturge. It released out December 4th. At the time of this video, it's now December 11th, so if there is an overarching thing I can say about this story, it is the more you take your time with it, the more you sit down with it, the better it's gonna be for you. And like I said, I've spent 3.5, almost 4 hours in that game. And I can tell you from the 3.5, 4 hours that I spent, that game is something that it has something going. I really want, overall, I really want Fool's Theory and 11-Bit Studios to continue making games like this, because for an RPG fan like me, this is like up my alley. It really truly is. It is just a game that for right now I can't help but sing its praises. I really cannot help but sing its praises. But I've rambled on enough. But I will say that please, if you want to pick up this game, you can go to the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Store. I think it's on Steam as well. It is for Windows, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Epic Games. So I implore you, to anybody who's going to get this game, please pick it up. If you think that it's going to be one where you're just like, maybe not. If you think it's going to be something that may turn you off, I will literally suggest to you that give it a shot. Give it a try. Walk through the game. I mean, there isn't much that I can say that is wrong with it, other than the combat being a bit slow, the choices that you make, they're not innumerable, but the choices that you make affect how the game reacts to you. But so far, nothing has been just that horrible about it. But I will say, in all sincerity, literally in all sincerity, if you're gonna pick up any game this year, for like the last of the year, if you're gonna pick up a game, please pick up Thamuturge in the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Store, on Windows or Epic. If you're gonna pick up a game and you like RPGs, please, I'm telling you, pick this game up. And if you want to see me play it, you can check me out at it's Rizzle Fizzle on Twitch and on YouTube, where this video is gonna go up. So please do yourself a favor, pick up this game, and I promise you, you will not regret a single moment of it. All right, everybody, that's my time, and I will get out of here. But as always, until next time, may your heart be your guiding key. Always keep the oath of good you make to yourself. Be kind to yourself, love to yourself, and I will catch you guys in the next video. All right, everybody.